Hey, Cub fans. Welcome to Randy Talks Cubs. Thanks for joining us. Cubs lost to the Padres tonight 6-3. A lot of recurring themes that are going on that happened again tonight. I guess those themes would be we're getting great starting pitching. Justin Steele was really good. I'll talk about his numbers, get into some of the details for you. And the starters have now gone 23 straight innings without giving up a run. So we're getting scoreless innings by our starters, and the bullpen is giving up one blow-up inning, and that happened tonight. While that's going on, we're not getting timely hitting. We're leaving runners on base. That happened tonight too. So we left 10 on base. We were only 2 for 13 with runners in scoring position. We scattered 7 hits. We hit 2 home runs. Morel had a 2-run job, and Gomes had a solo shot in the 7th. We walked 6 times, struck out 11, couple of stolen bases, but we're just not getting timely hitting. We're just leaving runners on. He'll walk you through it. In the first, second, and fourth innings, we left runners on. Nico led the game off with a double. Talk rolls over to the second baseman to move Nico to third base with 1 out. Hap and Morel come up with Nico in scoring position. Hap strikes out. Morel grounds out to third baseman. So that's first inning, left runners on. In the second inning, Hap strikes out looking with Talk on second base. Then in the fourth inning, Morel leads off with a walk and steals second. Bush strikes out, Dansby strikes out, and Madrigal grounds out 4-3 meekly to strand Morel. So it's deja vu all over again, is what it was. Leaving runners on at the same time our starter is dominating, and it starts to recur. So then we give up that 6-run sixth, and I'll walk you through the details on that too. And then it happened again. We got a couple of runs in the 6th inning. Talk walked, and then Morel hit his 8th home run of the year. It's his 5th home run in the last 8 games as well. 105.6 mile per hour, 372 feet, high bomb, 38-degree launch angle. So Morel homers again in the 6th for 2. Then we get another one in the 7th inning on Gomes' solo home run. That's Gomes' 2nd of the year, 105.3 mile per hour, 410 feet. 29-degree launch angle for Yan Gomes. And then, in that 7th inning, Talk doubles, Hap walks, Morel goes 6-4 to end it. So in that inning, we leave runners on. Then in the 8th inning, before Suarez came in, Wizzy pinch hit for Bush. He walked, Dansby walked, and Madrigal had a really nice line drive single. We got bases loaded, nobody out in the 8th inning, down 6-3. And we're like, here we go. PCA struck out, Gomes struck out, and Nico popped out to the shortstop. Bases loaded, nobody out, 8th inning, down 3, and we can't get a run in. And then, of course, the 9th inning was pretty quick. Suarez was in. Suarez came in the 8th, and he got Gomes to strike out and got Nico on the pop-up. And then he comes in, he strikes out Talk, strikes out Happer, and then gets Morel to fly out to center to end it. So Suarez, he's real. We can't rely on getting to the Padres late. Of course, he pitched. He got 5 outs today. Maybe he'll be down tomorrow. But Suarez came in and did lights out. Closer material for sure. So Nico started second base leading off. He went 1 for 5. Had that single in the first inning. Actually, the double in the first. Then Talk hit second. He went 2 for 4 with a walk, scored a run. Hap went 0 for 4 with a walk. Christopher Morel 1 for 4 with the home run, a walk, and a stolen base. So he had 2 RBIs, run scored. Bush went 0 for 3, guys. Bush had 2 strikeouts. Struck out 4 times yesterday, 2 today. That's 6 strikeouts here in the recent. He's spiraling. It's been a good while since Bush. If you remember, Bush had that 6 home run in 6 game think about how long that's been. That's been it. That's been a while. So Bush is he's scuffling at the plate. Dansby went 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. Madrigal went 2 for 4. He had that really nice line drive single in the 8th inning. Had a single in the second, more of a off the end of the bat looper into center field. PCA went 0 for 4, but again, PCA had some good at bats. He had a line drive in the 5th, lined out to the second baseman. That line drive was 100 mile per hour off the bat. And then in the 7th inning, he had an 11-pitch fly out to center. Really battling. He's still not getting results, but you come away from his at-bats thinking he's probably going to get them next time. He still looks good. He looks very aggressive. Gomes went 1 for 4 with his second home run of the season. He had a couple of strikeouts as well. So, offensively, we're missing our guys. We dropped to 21 and 15, and sort of an offensive output what we've been used to. A lot of runners not left on base, not hitting with runners in scoring position, just not having enough, and it was the same way tonight. So let's talk about Justin Steele. Here's the good news. Making his first start since he popped his hamstring in the season opener in Texas. So just to give you up to date, he had the one start. He went 4 2/3 innings that night. Gave up a run, 1.93 ERA coming into tonight. 6 strikeouts in that opening night, 1 walk, and the 1 run. So that's what he came in with in that one start. So his line for tonight, he goes 4 2/3, gives up 3 hits, walks 1, strikes out 2, no runs. His ERA is now down under 1 at .96. They pulled him because of pitch count. He had 68 pitches, 48 were strikes. And I'm going to suggest to you that in the first and second inning, he wasn't quite right, and he gave up a hit in the first. He walked a guy in the second, and even though he didn't give much up, his pitch count was up. So he wasn't quite pinpointing his pitches like he ended up doing later. Third inning came in and went 1, 2, 3, and in the third inning, 6 pitches to get out of that inning, and that's when he looked like Steele. So to me, it took him 2 innings to kind of shake a little bit of the rust off, but he turned into exactly what he was before. So Justin Steele is back, and it looks like he's going to be ready to go. So he was never really in trouble. Going 4 2/3. So in the 5th inning, he gets Hassan Kim and on a ground out to Dansby, and then Campusano singles, and he gets Jackson Morel on a fly out to PCA, and that's when they pulled him. So he comes out with a runner on and 2 outs in the 5th for Richard Lovelady. Lovelady struck out Arise, 2 pitches. Nope, didn't strike him out. Got him on a 3-1 ground out. Lovelady came in and looked good initially, and then here it goes. Well, let's talk about this 6th inning. There's so much. I hate to even have to talk about it because I feel like I might complain a little bit. And the part I'm going to complain about is Tatis Jr. led that inning off with a bloop single. Cronenworth had a soft infield hit. They do a double steal, and now I'm annoyed. So 2 very soft singles and a double steal. We've got second and third, and that's all they did. Then Profar singled, scored 2 runs, and Lovelady was out. So Lovelady just got snake bit with a couple of soft base hits, the double steal, and then he gave up a solid line drive to Profar that scored the 2 runs. So that was Richard Lovelady's evening, and I didn't feel like he deserved it, but that's what happened. Then Palencia came in, and it was a struggle for Daniel tonight. He comes in with a runner on first and no outs in the 6th. Bogarts, they do a hit and run. He hits behind the runner. Old school hit and run. Shot a ground ball into the the gap that opened up when Nico went to cover second base. Then Solano singles, scores a run. Hassan Kim walks. Campusano up with the bases loaded. A ringing double, scores 3, empties the bases. And then so Palencia doesn't have anybody out. They stick with him. He gets Jackson Morel to strike out. He gets a Rise to ground out to Dansby. He gets Tatis to ground out to Dansby to get out of it. So just an ugly sixth inning. It started with bad luck, and then we had given up 6 hits total. There was a hit and run. There was a double steal. Just a lot going on. It was depressing. So 1 inning. There it is again. The 6th inning did it. Colton Brewer came in. He pitched well. He pitched the 7th. Got Cronenworth strikeout swinging. Profar on a ground out to Nico. Bogarts 3-1. He pitched the 8th inning. Got Solano. Gave up a hit to Solano. Pinch hitting. Hassan Kim flew out to Happer and then picked off Tyler Wade. Caught stealing. Gomes really made a nice play on that, by the way. You know, people have been running on us left and right, and it was nice to see Gomes really take care of it. We had him out by several feet. And then Campusano to end that inning with a strikeout, so we got out of that pretty clean. Adbert came in and he pitched the 9th. Jackson Morel singled. He picked him off first. Walked a Rise, and then got Tatis to go 5-4-3 double play to end it to get out of the 9th. So, you know, Adbert got in and out of the 9th in pretty good shape. Colton Brewer looked okay. Palencia had a rough outing, and I thought Richard Lovelady looked fine. He just had what I'm going to call some bad luck with some soft singles to lead off the first 2 hitters in the 6th inning. So that's kind of where we were pitch-wise. And but I'm okay. You know, that's 6th inning. It just happened, and one thing led to the next. Next thing you know, they got 6 runs. But we have got to start figuring out how to get some clutch hits. Just leaving too many people on base. And I'll admit that when we had bases loaded with nobody out in the 8th, I'm like, okay, we're going to break out of it now. And when PCA was up with the bases loaded, the crowd standing at Wrigley chanting PCA, I thought, boy, this is it. This could be the one. If he could turn on one, it would really be something. And that's how close we were. You know, how close were we to really having this thing take off? We were there, and it just didn't quite happen, but it's getting ready to. So we've got Shota Imanaga going tomorrow. It looks like they have finally posted a pitcher, Vasquez, 0-1 with a 5.87 ERA. Just saw it. So it'll be Imanaga versus Vasquez tomorrow night in the second game of the series, and we need to make sure we get this one. We'll see. These starting pitchers are unreal. Some of the moves in order to activate Justin Steele, they went ahead and optioned Keegan Thompson. So Keegan is the first move. And then my understanding is that Kyle Hendricks is pitching another game in Iowa, I think on tomorrow or Wednesday. And Seiya and Bellinger are probably going to be back, looks like, the weekend series. So things are getting ready to kind of change. But, boy, this starting pitching group of ours, 23 straight scoreless innings. We just need to stop having that one blow up and start getting some timely hits, and we'll be ready to go. So, all right, 6-3 is the final. We're sitting now at 21-15. Tough loss at Wrigley tonight. We'll get some sleep, turn around, take care of business tomorrow. Guys, thanks for joining us here on Randy Talks Cubs. Appreciate it. Go Cubs, go.